Hello, 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 everybody. Today is Monday, and I have such a grand treat for you. You're all here on the first official Perking Up Profit show, and I am here with Zane Miller.
Hello, hello.
And Zane Miller is Mr. Google Hangouts himself. I met Zane back at the Mario Brown Online Marketing Mastery event, and wow, the amount of knowledge this man has about Google Hangouts, about making it rock for your own marketing, for your own product creation, for creating shows, for, well, wow, just about anything. With video marketing, it defied description for me. He showed me how to set up customized Hangout pages for perking up profits, other kinds of great tips and ideas that he's going to be sharing with you all. So I am just utterly thrilled that he is the first guest here on Perking Up Profits. So with that, I think I will turn this over to Mr. Google Hangouts himself, Zane Miller. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Barb. You know, the only thing that we're missing is the little button in the Google effects where you can do the applause.
Yay!
Right? Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I've been battling this wicked cold, and it just so happened to hit me right about the time that Barb was like, "Hey, we need to do this webinar. It's going to be great. It's going to be the first show." And I was like, "Yeah, awesome." And then the next day, I would just hit like a ton of bricks. So please excuse me. There will be moments where I'll need to mute my mic and cough a little bit, and I do apologize for that ahead of time. But I didn't want to call the webinar quits just because I was a little sick, right? So thanks for your patience, for sure. So again, thank you very much, Barb. And again, my name is Zane Miller. I will just go ahead and jump into this, starting with who I am. And I've been a YouTube and video marketer since 2008. And I mean, that's back in the day when people thought that YouTube videos were for like cat videos and baby videos, not for actual marketing. So this is where I started to see that I was way ahead of the curve, and I fought and I pushed and I persevered for a couple of years until about 2010. A couple of the ideas that I used for YouTube started making me a full-time income, and it helped me keep going. I started making information products, and I became this passionate teacher, and I think it's because both of my parents were actually teachers, and I sort of got the teaching bug, and I'm a little obsessed with YouTube. A lot of people ask, well, how do you do this? And I'm like, well, I jump in and I get involved. I can't work at something that I'm not passionate about. This is something that I've been passionate about for years, and my passion has been reinvigorated with this new awesomeness of Hangouts. And I've been tinkering with Hangouts since about 2012, and about the middle of 2012. There's a couple other people who've been into Google Plus and stuff for much longer than me. But I wanted to focus on the Hangout aspect of it because it was so ingrained with YouTube. And the thing that I have to say that actually has been my major motivation, and Barb actually convinced me to start talking more about this. And I have to say thank you, Barb, because not a lot of people know this, but this is my motivation right here. This is little Amber. She's 9 now, right?
Yeah.
Isn't she adorable?
Yeah. I remember our talk in San Diego. So beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I joke. I call her my genetic resume. It's proof that I can make really cute babies. So, so yeah, she's 9, and this is a picture of her. She's the White Queen in The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's a first grade play, and she knew all the lines so well that during the performance, she'd actually tell the other kids their lines, and it was hilarious. Like, I filmed the whole thing. So very proud, and honestly, I figure that if I teach enough people to make money with something that I'm so incredibly passionate about, then I am able to provide with pride. And I mean, that is the biggest motivation why I'm here now, even though I'm feeling sick, it's her. It's all about her. And if I can just spend all my time just goofing around with her, then I'm a happy guy. So that's my motivation. But why are we here? What's the deal with Hangouts, right? I can't do a very good impression of Jerry Seinfeld, but I think, what's the deal with Hangouts? Right? It was a horrible impression, but everybody's asking this question, right? Everybody's asking, what is this? This is the new exciting thing. It generates all this traffic and interest. It's definitely favored by Google. I can definitely attest to that. There's even been people who have done a Hangout and ranked for, say, like local keywords in like 15 minutes. It's ridiculous. Everybody loves this new concept of this live video, but see, that's the problem, though. It's already changed, okay? It's only been around for a little while, but it's already undergone a major update, and that's why we're here. Things have moved around, they're kind of confusing, and if you're used to doing Hangouts back when I started in August of 2012, you're gonna be very frustrated, okay? So that's why we're here. I dove into Hangouts early. I got used to it. There's a lot of things that YouTube just sort of kind of continues doing without their knowledge. There's certain things that I've just been deeply involved in that I've been able to sort of predict how things have been moving. I've noticed all the changes and just been knee-deep in it for weeks and weeks. It's probably why I got sick, to come to think of it. I've just been, nose to the grindstone sort of thing. I finally figured it all out, and that's the major focus of what I'm going to be teaching you here. Today we are going to learn how to navigate Hangouts with the new update. And by the time we're finished with this, you will know, and I promise, you will know more than 99% of the marketers out there. And what I mean, I've actually sat down and done a couple of Hangouts with some very, very well-known marketers, and I was blown away about how little they actually knew about how it worked. So through this, you're also going to become a highly sought-after expert, because you're gonna take this information, you're gonna be able to start, running Hangouts by yourself, and people are just going to gravitate towards you. I noticed this right when I started doing Hangouts. More and more people, they saw what I did and wanted to know, how do you do that, or can you do that with me or for me? And finally, I'm going to introduce you to a brand new cutting-edge process that will take you and your business to the next level. So I want to go into this for just a second. What does being a sought-after expert mean? Well, again, as I told you before, there's some high-end marketers that I worked with, and they didn't understand it at all. They had not wrapped their head around these Hangouts and the concept and how it works. So you're going to become someone that will have other marketers begging to have you help them with their own Hangout, because just by going through you can actually show some people, hey, here's how this, and this works, and they go, you know what, just do it for me. And this is where you can start actually charging premium fees. Now, if you're a fan of Seth Godin like I am, you'll know that what he talks about, he says, what is rare is worth a lot of money. So being weird, being the sort of outlier, looking on the inside, you become this outlier, and so people start looking to you and they say, well, I've never seen that before. I need that. I want that right now. And so you can actually charge premium fees right now. Now, later in the future, I mean, a couple of years from now, when it becomes more used to when people become more used to this, just like people have gotten used to webinars, you won't be able to charge as premium of fees because people will understand it. Now is the time to start doing it. All right, so I want to make sure that you guys understand you guys need to take this information and do something with it. Use what you learn to make your own Hangouts incredibly profitable. Okay. So here's some of the things that you'll get when you get the hang of Hangouts. It'll be a lot easier. You'll avoid the biggest problem. It's the can you see me, can you hear me, that kind of stuff. I mean, Barb, you know what I'm talking about when we jumped into that Hangout with Jason Fladlin a little while ago.
Oh, just a wee bit.
Where everybody was jumping, trying to figure everything out. Yes, right?
Yeah.
So, and of course, we're going to learn how to use the tools, the expert tools that enhance your Hangouts, the marketer's best friend, as I like to call it. So here's my next slide. It makes me push to the next step. Get down to business. Let's get on with some teaching, right? Hey, Austin, could you grab me another water, please? In the cold, you have to stay plenty hydrated, right? So let's get down with the teaching, but before we do, I'm going to have to ask you guys, silence your phones, pause Facebook, whatever's going on. I promise they will definitely be there when we're finished, because you're going to want to pay 100% attention. This is like breaking edge, cutting edge, breaking, brand new, whatever you want to call it. Get ready to take some notes, all right? Because I'm going to download some craziness into your brain. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to X out of that. We're going to jump into Google. This is the live demonstration part, okay? Now there's also going to be a guide that I'm going to give you guys. We're still trying to figure out the logistics of exactly where that guide is, but it's going to be a step-by-step guide that goes through everything I have here that I'm going to be teaching you right now, and you'll get it after this presentation is over. I'll get Barb to hand it over to you. So why are we here on Google? Well, first things first, with this, to start this whole process, you need to have a Google account. Now, 100% of you I know has a Google account, and probably a Google account with your own name, your real name, if you will. And the reason why this is so important is because this is where your whole system is going to start. This is the genesis of everything. Everything is going to start with your Google account and your Google Plus profile, your personal one. And all of your business entities will sort of fan out from that, or they will. That'll be sort of the spawning point if you want to start using gamer-related lingo, which I do. So everything spawns from this one point here. Okay. What no Mafia Wars? Yeah. So I have logged into my account right here. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. We're gonna jump in and say something?
No, I am just loving what you are sharing here. I'm spellbound. Continue.
Okay, perfect. So here I am. I'm logged into my my personal profile. This is Zane Miller, and I've got my my creepy image here. Apparently, everybody says that I look really weird in this picture, and don't worry, I've already got a better picture on its way, apparently. So this is Google Plus. You want your Google Plus profile. We can't go into too much of Google Plus right now because we'll be here forever. The point that I want to emphasize here is I want you to make sure and fill out your Google Plus profile as much as possible. No matter how much Google tries to deny it, they still rely heavily on text. So in order to get more benefits from Google and YouTube and all those things, the more information that you give them, the more you convey of who you are and what you do, the more benefits that you get, and the more you start seeing yourself rank, because you're giving the search engines, if you will, text to sort of chew on and figure out how to catalog and things like that. So when you, even if you don't have a Google Plus profile, I encourage you to do that right away, fill out as much as possible, and then we'll move on to the next step. So let's say that you already did. We're going to jump over here to YouTube. Now what you're going to see is something a little bit different. What you're seeing right now is going to be a little bit different than what you see when you first start up, especially if you create a brand new account. What it'll do is it'll walk you through steps for your personal profile, and then you will have a Google Plus profile and a YouTube account, both under your real name. Again, this is, even if you have no intentions of uploading personal videos of your family or whatever your personal life, you still want that YouTube channel of your real name, because again, that's how it starts everything out. So when you jump here, it'll walk you through some different prompts and everything to start your YouTube account, and then you'll be good to go. What you're seeing right here is after I've created a couple of different channels in addition to my personal account. So what you see, it's saying, which one do you want to be logged into right now? For this demonstration purposes, I want my own personal account here. So I'm logged into Google Plus in my Google Plus profile. I'm logged into YouTube. This is both the same account. Now, once you have this set up, you come up here to your name and you come to your YouTube settings. And once you do, you're going to be given the option right here. It says change to a business or other name and disconnect your Google Plus profile. Now, don't worry if you want to be able to create a couple of different YouTube accounts and then come back to your personal profile and connect it again, you can. That's not a problem. But this is how it starts. And if you ever want to create another YouTube channel, another entity, that kind of thing, this is where you're going to do it. So I'm going to take a look at the questions here really quick while I grab a sip of water, see if there's any brewing questions right now. I see Andrea says something about dancing unicorns.
We love dancing unicorns.
Oh, Val, thank you. I'm so nice. Let's see. So we have a question here that fits perfectly with where we're at right now. Roberto asks, can one email account have multiple YouTube channels? Yes. Up until this update, you haven't been able to. So even though this update has been very confusing and frustrating for many people, myself included, this update has actually given us the ability to have one email account and then multiple YouTube channels. So the answer to your question, Roberto, is yes, and hallelujah, because I've been waiting for that for years. And how do you have several channels with the same account? That's exactly what I'm going into right now. So everybody seems to be up to speed right now. All the questions are leading up to this exact point. So you've created your Google Plus profile, and then you've gone over and you followed the prompts through YouTube, and you've created your personal YouTube channel. Now we've gone into the personal YouTube channel, and we've gone to the YouTube settings, and now here we are, and it's giving us the ability. It says, change to a business or other name and disconnect your Google Plus profile. And we want to click on this and say yes. All right, now this now gives us the ability to name this new channel. Now, at this point, I'm going to let you guys know that I'm going to literally be going to be creating the entity that is going to be part of this new idea that I've been coming up with over the last couple of days. So I'm going to call it Hangout Money Maker. Oh, I don't have it. Hangout Money. Close enough. Hangout Money Maker. And let's see, let's check availability. Yes, the username is available. So I want to call this channel Hangout Moneymaker because that just so happens to be the name of the idea that I have roaming around in my head right now. So this is what's happening. The name you enter will replace Zane Miller on your channel. The name you enter here will also become your YouTube channel, and this cannot be changed later. All right, so this is the name. This is your this is the title of your YouTube channel, kind of like the URL of your website. This is the home page. This is what Google looks at when it's ranking videos and all this other kind of stuff. It, again, relies heavily on text. So it's going to look at the first thing. It's going to say, what is the name of your channel? And it's going to see Hangout Moneymaker. Okay, that has something to do with hangouts and making money, or at least that's what I'm hoping the bots will say. Because everybody knows that the bots talk to each other, right? No, okay. I'm making good jokes now. There's delirium from the sickness.
Yay!
Don't mind me. Okay. So, that's what happens on YouTube, and on Google Plus, your profile will still exist, but you can delete it or modify it later, as I was saying before, and then your Google Plus profile will be disconnected from your YouTube channel. This is the beginning of splitting your business essence creation imprint, whatever you want to call it. This is the separation. It starts now. So we click OK, and it's going to think for a minute, and your channel now is the Hangout Moneymaker. All right, awesome. Now we're going to immediately click Advanced, and we have this advanced awesomeness right here. It's called Connect with a Google Plus page. Now you're taking the new YouTube channel that you've created and you're going to mash it with a Google Plus page. Now this gives this separates it more, creating its own identity, and then it's a YouTube channel and a Google Plus page. Now the other part about this update is that Google has given the ability to Google has given Google Plus pages the ability to have live Hangouts on air. Again, something else that up until recently has not been available. Before you had to have a Google Plus profile, and the profile was the only thing that could do a Hangout. So even if you had a Google Plus page and it was your own brand and stuff, you were still hosting your Hangout and your YouTube channel as your personal name, which not a lot of people like to do. So this gives us the ability to create a YouTube channel that has a Google Plus page, and then the Google Plus page basically is the manager of the YouTube channel, thus separating from the personal account. So does that make sense?
Zane, if I could just recap what you just said. So basically what you're saying now is you can create Hangouts and basically brand them on your own personal Google Plus page compared to your own personal Google Plus accounts. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
That is awesome. That is really
Exactly.
awesome. That is
and yeah. And see, and that's what people are getting really, really excited about, because as you start doing more in Google Plus, Google is starting to reward people who are using their brand new awesome social media platform in the in benefits such as showing up in search results based on people you've connected with and things like that. So now you're able to have that same effect with your brand and your product or your service.
Very nice. Very cool.
Excellent, excellent. So moving right along, the next thing that we do is we want to click this button that says Connect with a Google Plus page. So the next thing it's going to do is going to say, okay, now you are updating your YouTube channel account. So you can keep it like this, just as you would see as the URL, or you can choose a better name, and it says, do you see this here? It says spaces and punctuation are now okay. Now, again, this doesn't replace your URL that you just created because YouTube said that this can't be changed. What this is right here is basically the title of your homepage, right? So you have the URL. That's the first thing that YouTube and Google look at when it comes to ranking and things like that. And then the next thing they look at is they say, okay, what's the title? What's the headline page? What is that called? That's what you're putting right here. So you could mimic the same URL like you have. So I could say Hangout Money Maker, and then I can put an exclamation point if I want to. But again, this is the title, so this is just as powerful. You don't have to stay specific with the URL of your new YouTube channel. You can say, okay, I want to be found for you know, some kind of keyword. I could say like YouTube Hangout, right? So if I wanted to be ranked for more of those keywords, again, this is where you start doing some of the kind of more SEO-ish type things when you first set up, so that you can be ranked easily in YouTube and Google. Or the final option is you can go back to your Google Plus profile and just use your real name, which I do not want to do. I like this just fine. I'm going to take out YouTube actually right here, and that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to click Agree to the page terms, and this will now create a Google Plus page that is connected to my YouTube channel. So click Next, and we'll let it do its thinking. While it's doing that, I'll look at some of these questions here. Keyword VEO, yes. All right, this one just wants to be all slow and stuff, right? Yes, work. Okay. Thanks for your feedback. You're welcome. Let me make sure that all this has happened the way that it's supposed to. Okay. Back to this. Let's try it again. Okay, there we go. All right, so apparently it had made the page, but it wasn't quite figuring out what it was doing, so it's a slight hiccup. Apparently this happens sometimes, but as you can see, it made the page, and now that I'm coming back through, it's like, okay, you just made this page. Do you want to associate this YouTube channel with it? Yes, yes, absolutely. So now it's going to think, okay, cool, now our channel has been updated. You see that? Like a Hangout Ninja, I just totally chopped that in half, because that doesn't happen. I could have thrown a monkey wrench in this whole thing. All right, high five to myself. As you can see, we have okay, so we have Hangout Moneymaker. As you can see, the icon right here, it's in the icon of a Google Plus page, right? This is what it looks like. So this is what you see. You have your YouTube channel part here, and then you have your Google account here. If we click on this Google Plus, and it takes us to the Google Plus page, Hangout Moneymaker. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. And here we are, and so now we have the page. Now this page, this channel, this is all associated with my real name. Now, as Google develops this this new search engine technology that they're doing, very relationship-based, that kind of thing, and merging with their own Google Plus platform here. As your real name, as people are searching for content that's associated with what you've made, your name, who you are, actually shows up higher in the search results for people who are searching for your product. So you can be found both by your name and your products at the same time, and it boosts your own Google authority, as they're calling it. It's the new search engine form, search thing, right? Okay, does that make sense, guys?
Bob, and whatchamacallit.
Yes, yes, exactly. Okay, we're totally on page here.
Totally.
Right, so oh, I love doing these hangouts with you.
This is very cool. Very good.
All right, so this is the page again, just like the profile. I'm going to encourage you guys to fill out as much information as possible. You can connect to projects that you're a part of and link to your pages and things like that. All sorts of awesome stuff. Just pretty much what you come to expect with Google and all the fancy things that they do. So we're going to double back to YouTube really quick because I want to show you a couple more things. The next thing that you want to do here, and again, this is the steps that it takes in order to separate your personal channel from the business channel. And we want to make sure that everything's done because we want to be able to jump in and create a hangout as soon as possible. All right, so this is the video manager. Once we're in the video manager, you can see no videos were found, obviously, because it found a brand new channel. And we want to come over here to channel settings. Now we've got this here. We've got this basically tells you what you can and can't do on YouTube. For those of you who've never seen this back end here, yes, you can monetize your videos, and you can have unlimited uploads. You can have external annotation, custom thumbnails, content ID, and even so on and so forth, all sorts of fancy stuff. So the thing that you want to come to here is you want to make sure that everything is in good standings, obviously, because it's a brand new account. You want to click Verify. Now, what this does is it wants to make sure that you're a real person. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter my cell phone number here. No one call me, please. Okay, all right. See, now I've been testing so much, right? Okay, so I've been testing this so much that I've made gobs and gobs of channels and things like that, and I keep using my same phone number. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to double back and use a different channel. But once you follow this verification process and you're like a legit real person, then Google and YouTube are going to say, okay, you are cool to do live hangouts on air, and that's the next step that we want to do. So, you know, thanks to my mad scientistness, I kind of blocked myself out of this. But you go through the steps. There's never been an issue before. You go through and YouTube walks you through the whole thing. So hypothetically, you go through and you verify your account. Again, no one call me. Okay, so the next thing I want to do before I jump out of this new channel and jump in so you guys can see the hangout, I want to do one more thing. I want to go to my Google Plus page and I want to create a password for this. So I'm going to click on this on my page here, this little drop down here, and I'm going to click on page settings. Now there's a whole bunch of fancy things that you can do. Don't worry about all the gobbledygook here. You're going down to one thing and one thing only. You want this third-party tools. You want to set up a password. Now this gives you the ability to log in, and no, this is important. You can actually give this username and password to an outsourcer even and say, here you go, you are going to be the manager of this page and thus the manager of the YouTube channel. So you could make all sorts of different channels. You can literally say, okay, I'm going to set up a process. I'm going to give you this job and you're going to log in with this account and this is your job now. This is what you do. You are going to babysit this channel. Right? And this helps greatly in the future. In addition to the fact that not only can you make managers and say, okay, this is for you and you do these jobs, but you can also make those managers owners. So you could literally have like a client or something like that, and you could create everything, and then you could make the client the manager of and have access and be able to check it out. And after 2 weeks, YouTube gives you the ability to give up ownership of that page and that whole process, the YouTube channel, etc. And again, that was something that just barely has come out and you've had the ability to do. Until now, you just had to be like, okay, well, here's my stuff, even though I'm technically attached to it. This gives you the ability to separate that. So I'm going to log into my account here. Again, the account that's associated with this page that I created. I'm going to create a new password. Now remember, this is going to be the new username, and this is going to be the new password for your Google Plus page and your YouTube account. So this is the brand new thing. You go to YouTube, you don't even have to log into your own personal account and switch accounts like I do. You can literally just log in just like this. Now, the other reason for this is because there are these really awesome tools, these apps inside Hangouts that now need this permission. They need to have that. They need to have that separation. You creating this password gives the ability for the apps to work like they're supposed to. All right, so that was a major important thing that you guys need to understand. So now we're here, we're good. We can check out the page, whatever. And there's that. Now I need more water. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man, this thing's killing me. All right.
Breathe, laddie, breathe.
Woo! Oh, it's the
And woot too. You can also woot as well. That works.
Woot.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Wooting away.
Indeed, indeed.
All right, so now it says you're the manager of this page. Obviously, hoorah. All right, so now I want to get out of this. Go away. Yeah, everything's all running all slow. All right, there we go. All right, welcome back. Okay, here we are, back to Zane Miller. I mean, you saw how easy that was. I click my little drop down, and it opens up all the pages that I'm associated with or have created or accidentally created. You never know. It all happens so fast sometimes. See, there we go. All sorts of shiny, fancy stuff. And also goes to show, again, that you can create multiple channels, multiple pages, all at the same time from within the same account. And yes, that's the creepy picture that will change soon. So back to YouTube's. Here we are in the Hangout Moneymaker. I'm going to switch accounts. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's jump into Tube Method. Why not? While we're here, and just like that, I switched into Tube Method. Now I'm going to go over to the new Google Plus, as everyone's calling it. It's like the new Pinterest. I love that. All right, so go to Zane Plus, and then I'm going to. Now this, as you can see, yes, very Pinterest-esque, right? And we've got this cool flyout here. We're going to come down here to Hangouts on Air. And as you can see, yeah, I'm just going to stick with Zane, no problem. And right here, this is where you can actually become featured now. And there's a new fandangled thing that if you have like 1,000+ subscribers on your YouTube channel, then you can apply to actually be featured here. All right, so that's enough. And again, the more I go back to the point, the more that you are actively participating in Google's properties, the more benefits that they give you. Well, you get 1,000 subscribers, and then you can apply to be featured here on this Hangouts on Air and compete with some of these people who well, just have more subscribers than you do. So the next thing we want to do is we want to click Start a Hangout on Air. And again, for those of you who have been used to using the Hangouts on Air before, this will look totally different. Right? So yeah, welcome to Hangouts on Air. Yes. We have to go back and jump back into mine. No, be gone. Okay, I got to go back to my pages. That's what it was. Pages. Because we want to use the Tube Method. All right. Anytime you're ready. 1, 2, 3, go. Pages. There we go.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
You command Google. That was very impressive.
Well, I do what I can.
Cool.
All right. So now that we have this set up, we've got the page that we want. We want to come down here and then do Hangouts on Air. You want to make sure that you're logged into your page. See, even I'm learning new things. Make sure you're logged into your page. Then click Start Hangout on Air, and then it will give you the prompt here. Oh my goodness. All right. Now it thinks that because I've logged into my Zane Miller that I'm in another Hangout. Be gone, be gone. It can be finicky. It's like, wait, no, you're still in a Hangout. No, it's done. I promise. Come on. All right, maybe I can answer some questions while I'm taking one. There it is. See? Yeah, I found you. Now we're back. Do my little tap dance routine. Da, 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 da. Come on, Chrome. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but
Gotta love it when it goes at that speed.
right? Yeah. No, and like everyone, there's a lot of people who say you shouldn't do live stuff. And I'm like, why? This is why. Okay. So, as I was saying before, go to Pages. Make sure you're on the page that you actually have. They have control over. Once you are in the page, it says your page. You want to come to the flyout, and then you want to click Hangouts on Air. And don't accidentally open up another Hangout under a different profile, and then open up a different Hangout, and then have it think that you're in a different Hangout. Yeah, I'm sure all that totally made sense.
Yay!
All right, so here we are. You can see my little tiny thumbnail right here. Hello. Okay, there we go. So the first thing, this is another SEO-ish thing, is the name of the Hangout, right? So the name of the channel, the name of the video, the name of the Hangout. What is the name of the Hangout? You want to make sure this is something that is that has to do with your industry, has to do with your topic, you know, all those kinds of things. So let's say we call this the you know, Tube Method Hangout for Awesome, right? Yeah, well, I want to be found for all those words. Perfect, because if it's in the title of the Hangout, then it can be searched as a Hangout itself. A lot of people overlook this step, and they totally miss out on being able to rank for awesome keywords in Google+, as well as the Google search engine.
Zane?
The name of the Hangout is key. Yes. Is there a limit to this? Yes?
You just mentioned something that sparked my interest there as far as using Google+ Hangout for keywords. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's really cool too. Nice.
Right? So make sure that the title of your Hangout is something that you want to be ranked for. It's part of your industry, that kind of thing. The next thing here, it says add people. It says, you know, you want to bring people into the Hangout. This is very, very important here, okay? You need to differentiate this invitation from the actual link that you give to people to watch the Hangout itself. What this invitation is sending out is an invitation to be in the film strip. And you guys are going to have the opportunity to jump into this film strip in just a second. I'll drop the link in there in the chat box. You'll literally be able to click the link and jump into the Hangout. But again, you need to understand that if you invite people, if you try and dump your entire email list into this link, then you'll get the first 9 people that click the link to jump in, and then everybody else will be confused because they won't be able to get into the Hangout. And most people don't know Hangouts well enough to know, oh, okay, no, they just sent me the wrong link. They're going to be confused. They're going to be frustrated. Don't send them this invitation. You're only sending this invitation to people that are going to be participating in your Hangout in the film strip. The link that you send to your audience, to your attendees, that will be given later. And the only reason why I stop and emphasize this so much is because it happens all the time. So don't do this, all right? So and if you just want to do a Hangout on air, it's just you, like Barb does. You don't have to add anybody here. You can just go start Hangout on air, and here we go.
Yep.
So first things first, you see the incredibly messy room here in this Hangout window. Over here you see this button that says preparing broadcast. It's basically getting everything together and putting its poop in a group and saying, okay, we got to do this, and this is going to be recorded and all that fancy stuff. Now, this is the screen that you're going to see even if you're a participant, with a few differences. First things first, only the host can see this. In fact, I should probably, let me move this window. No, I can't move that window over there. It's too busy. All right, so you're just going to see me looking away from my camera for right now. First things first is you see this off-air thing, right? Now, this is, you bring people, your panelists, the other people that you're inviting into the Hangout, you bring them to this Hangout like 30 minutes before the Hangout starts, and you can chat kind of like doing a little chat before a webinar starts, and it's off-air. It hasn't started yet. And it's not being recorded, but you can have a little chat session here and get people used to the Hangout stuff. The next thing here, this is the embed code. This is the link right here. This is the link that you're going to be sending to your audience. This is the view link itself. Now, this also means that yes, you can't send the link until you're ready to create the Hangout. So you basically have to get everybody that you're inviting to the Hangout ready on a different platform until you can send them this link, which is just before you start the Hangout. So that's why if you've seen any of the Tube Method Hangouts, Jason has had his own proprietary system that registers people, gives them a waiting room until we say, okay, link is ready, and then it just automatically dumps them all to the Hangout. All right, so that's, again, this is what the host sees, and you also see a view count. All right, so people who jump in and they're watching, this count will go higher or lower depending when they come and go. Then, of course, we have the start broadcast. You'll see that in just a second because we're actually going to do a broadcast here. Then we've got mute mic. This is important. Everybody needs to be aware of their mute mic because when you start typing on the keyboard, that's part of one of the new updates. You start typing on the keyboard and it says, it sounds like you're typing. I'm going to mute you. Sometimes it doesn't unmute you. You need to be very aware of this mute mic thing right here. You can see that it's actually picking up the mic here. If I click this, you'll see a little red icon. You're muted. It even says, are you speaking to the group? You should unmute now. Okay, so And there's plenty of icons saying that you're muted or you're not muted. But you also want to be aware that there are other people in the Hangout, so if you're not talking, don't just mute yourself. This is the camera. You can turn your camera on and off. When it's off, I'm just showing you some quick things, and then, of course, the settings. This is the important part because I'm going to be dropping this link in here for you guys, and you need to be aware of this settings tab right here. You need some kind of headphones like you're seeing with me right now, because if you don't have those headphones in, you're going to create this weird audio feedback loop. So if you don't have headphones, don't click the link or mute yourself right away. You've got a default device, your recording device, your sound, all that other kind of stuff. You want to make sure that your sound is going through your headphones, all that kind of stuff. Very, very important. If there's any issues, it's in the settings. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to take this link right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it in the chat box here for you so you guys can experience the awesomeness. Let's see, we want entire audience.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Now again, if you guys click this link, you will jump in here, it will pull your camera, and it will pull your audio. So if you're camera shy, don't click the link. Sorry, you going to say, Barb?
Nope. I'm just trying it right now.
Okay. Yeah, and you give it a few seconds, and it's just like just pops up all sorts of people.
For some reason, it popped up my Safari, the way I have my computer configured. So I am trying it right now. It is thinking about it.
Okay, so hey, there's Caleb. What's up, Caleb?
Hey, Caleb.
We got Caleb and Pam. I'm gonna start muting people.
You also need to select I agree. That would also help too.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Whew. Yep. So now this other part, for those of you who are in the Hangout right now, and you can actually hear this weird echo, it's because that. Oh, it went away. Awesome. People are on top of muting their mics. So basically, what happens is that people jump in, it grabs the camera feed, it grabs the audio feed, and now you can see that we have a full Hangout right here. Yes, awesome. Now, if we wanted to, I could actually take this, now that the whole thing is filled up, I'm going to take the embed code right here, I'm going to take the URL. Now, for those of you who are on the webinar itself, I can drop this link in here right now, and this is the link to the YouTube video itself. Now, if I click on this, there we go. Oh, of course, it's going to use Firefox. Right? So this is basically what people will see because we haven't clicked Start Broadcast yet, right? So what it says here is please stand by, starting soon. But people can actually start leaving comments right here. In fact, before you do a Hangout, you should say, hey, you should jump in and you should start making comments and stuff, right? So you've got this great ability to actually start prepping people before they actually the broadcast itself starts. So I'm going to X out of this because we still got more things to do. So everybody seemed to grip on the whole idea of getting themselves muted. Thank you very much. The last one we did took forever to figure out how to get everybody muted. So I'm going to click this button right here. It says Start Broadcast, and we've already got one viewer. It says your Hangout will now broadcast on Google Plus and YouTube. Wow, we've got some weird feedback.
That was amazing.
So, all right. So I clicked OK. Now, again, this is only the host sees this. The person who starts the Hangout creates the Hangout. So this little countdown, okay, guys, you can't see this, but, it's counting down. Okay, now it says posting broadcast video to the public, and then just a second, broadcast is live. So now we are technically on a webinar, and we are on a live Hangout on air. It's like video inception. Pew, 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 pew. Right?
Very cool. And I also just dropped this link also in Perking Up Profits as well, too.
Smashing. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Right. So now you can see again. You're seeing those of you who are watching this via GoToWebinar. You're seeing we've got 9 viewers. Right, so there are 9 people watching the Hangout, and the people watching the Hangout are only hearing one side unless they've got like 2 different headsets or something. I don't know. It's got to be probably chaos for some of you people. So this is the next thing that I want to show you guys is this is the we've got
that was impressive.
Val, I'm gonna mute you there, and again you can see that you can mute people as the Hangout host.
That is so cool!
Right.
Zane, I see you! Oh, that is so cool! That is amazing! Whoa.
Yep. So right now what's happening is that Google Plus, or Google itself, is looking at the Hangout saying, okay, whoever's making the most noise, why don't you shout or clap or something, Barb? Yep. All right, so it's listening and saying, okay, whatever's basically making the most sound is what the Hangout will pay attention to, this main screen right here. But as the Hangout, the host, I can choose who sees who the public sees. So I can click on Barb, and you can see it made a little box around her, and she's hello. Now the people who are watching the YouTube video, it will show Barb doing her little dance and her jig here. Now I can click on Caleb. Caleb, how you doing? Give us a little wave. All right.
That was
anyway. All right, so there's Caleb, and then we got Felix. This little wave, Felix. Can you hear us? This little wave. All right, fair enough. Mike Caraway is fiddling with his head. There we go, everybody.
Hi, Mike.
All right, we got Pam.
Hey, Pam.
All right, so as I click, as they call it in the industry these days, is blue boxing. As I blue box different people, the people, those who are watching the YouTube video, this is what they see. Now, this brings me to my next point. Those of you who are watching on the webinar and also quote-unquote panelists here right now, you're seeing this all happen in real time. But there is a slight delay between what happens in real time in the Hangout and what happens on the live broadcast itself. Right? And when, as you can see, just what popped up here, we had another guest jump in because somebody jumped out, and then somebody must have clicked inside the chat box and jumped in. So let that be a note to you guys in the webinar itself here. If somebody jumps out, you can click the link and jump in. So for those of you, if you just want to check it out and then bounce out, give other people opportunity to come in, please do so. If you want to see. Yes, sir.
I can hear you too.
Yeah, works beautifully.
Is that coffee? I love it.
Coffee.
Love love the cup there. It's beautiful. It is.
Exactly. So we're getting a question of it limits how many guests. So there can be one host, i.e. me, and then 9 other people. All right. So a total of 10. But the number of people who can actually watch as an attendee, like you can watch the YouTube link, is unlimited. Literally, if you can get 800 million people a month, like YouTube, to watch your link, then that's how many people can fit on your attendee. So,
Zane.
Oh, okay, here we go. What's up, Valerie? And we got Barb. What's up, Barb?
Yeah, just wanted to give a shout out. I see Andrea. Andrea just popped up on the call as well too. She was the winner of our first. Oh, I'm echoing too, but of our Perking Up Profits Achievement Award. There, she just utterly rocks with what she has done with the knowledge she's gained for the past couple days. So, hi, Andrea. Oh, that's even better. Whatever that was.
That's apparently something. Sorry. Come on back, Andrea.
There we go.
Okay, and the echo that you guys are hearing is because somebody has their speakers playing on the video.
Is that me?
Slight echo. Let's see. Here, I'll mute Barb, and then let's. I think we're good.
Yay.
All right, so you guys are seeing the experience of Hangouts and how hectic it can be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end this broadcast here, so we can give it a few minutes to sort of percolate and cook, and we can go on to some other stuff, some other great content. Yes, sir.
Indeed.
There's a lot more to go over. You need to be dipped in the waters of Hangout so you can see what it's like. See the chaos.
We pride ourselves on massive dipping skills.
Right? But you can't plan this kind of stuff. You can't make this stuff up.
Breathe,
Mike, it's great
Zane.
to see you. It's really great to see you. All right, so let's kill the chaos here. I'm going to end broadcast. Now, guys, don't leave just yet. I want to show you something pretty cool. When it ends the broadcast, everybody who is watching won't be able to see the broadcast anymore, but you can actually stick around afterwards and have like a post-hangout session. Right, so as this ends, it'll go from on air to off air, and then you have the ability to go, hey guys, that was a great hangout. Let's move on this or this or this or whatever, post stuff that you want to talk about. So right now, there we go. Broadcast is successfully terminated, and there we go. Like I said, you can have the off-air post hangout and chat with the rest of the guests. And there you go. Okay, that's it. See you guys later. And then to leave, you just click this little hang up button right here, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to be jumping back into the webinar. So I'll see you guys all in the hanginar, whatever. All right, see ya. Okay. Woo! All right, so are we all back?
Zane, that was magnificent. That was incredible. That really was amazing.
See, and really, I mean, it's that simple. I mean, like you're creating these different brands, these ideas, these concepts, these shows, whatever you want to call them. You're creating these underneath your own name, which gives you more power, more oomph, more bang for the buck, the whole 9 yards. All right, so we're going to minimize out of this, and we are going to go back to the nifty, handy-dandy presentation. All right, there we go. Okay, so what did you just learn besides a whole bunch of awesome? Well, we created a personal YouTube channel, and we created a business entity on YouTube, like a brand or a product, which was the Hangout Moneymaker. I'm also going to be using that same channel to get more and more interest and traffic and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, it's not. I mean, it wasn't a fake thing. It was, all right, no, let me show you exactly what I'm doing right now. It then created a Google Plus page. We created a password so that password, so you could log into your Google Plus page and then manage the YouTube account and have it separated. Verified the new account. Yeah, sure we did. Yeah, all right. And then navigated through the toughest parts of a Hangout. That was the main point. I wanted you guys to just get thrown into Hangout and see how chaotic it can be. Again, setting everything up, I mean, that's just the beginning steps, right? Now that you understand, you've wrapped your mind around how Hangouts work, what's possible, and what needs to happen, now we need to move on into the actual exciting stuff, right? This is just the beginning, right? Understanding how the Hangouts work is one thing, but you need a system if you don't want to be chained to your desk making sure that everything works. That is absolutely insane. I've done that too many times, and I don't want to see any of you fall for the same trap. Just having a system gives you peace of mind, and that's the main focus of this in the first place. So before we move on, I'm going to take a swig of water here and see where you guys are at. Is all this making sense? Is all this clicking, Barb?
Definitely, definitely. This pulls together so many of the steps that I have seen out there just into one interesting and real-life process to do. Right now, I'm sitting here with my mind is going a bazillion miles per hour because I can immediately see how applicable this is for my group, Perking Up Profits, and how I can do weekly impromptu hangouts and chats, and that was just so much fun, what you shared.
Right. Yeah, well, and that was something that I was actually surprised about in the beginning, was that I thought a lot of people would be camera shy and they wouldn't want to jump in, but every single time I do that, Barb, every single time, just boom, it lights up, and there's like 9 people instantly there, and they're like, hey, how's it going? And then all of a sudden I start playing with all the tools. It's fantastic.
I have to admit, the blue Elmo definitely could have been more interesting than my gold coffee cup, you know. But hey, that was pretty amusing, Mike. Thanks so much. So the next thing, basically from all of this, I've gotten to a point where it's nice to have to know all the cool things about Hangouts, but we really need to have something better, and that's why I'm introducing the Hangout Moneymaker Blueprint. Haha! See, it's just like the YouTube channel, right? Very nice.
Actually, I got that from Barb. I mean, I was actually watching one of your replays for your Facebook product. Mm-hmm. And you were talking about how you brand yourself. Now you're constantly putting it out there that this is who you are, this is what you do, and then soon enough the crowd actually starts saying for you.
Yep.
And you just keep building that brand. So the same sort of thing. I want my YouTube channel to be the same as my product, which is why I did what I did. So the Hangout Moneymaker Blueprint. What I've got here is a 3-week immersion class. Now, this was just a little taste. Everything was chaotic. You want to make sure that we've got everything the way that it needs to be. You want to avoid the classic mistakes, like I was showing you before recently. It was just like the settings. It's all in the settings. It's so many times where they can't hear you, and you're trying to point. You're like, look at the settings right here. If you have something beforehand where you can actually guide people through that, guide through it yourself, you can avoid all those issues and mistakes and the headaches that everybody deals with. And you know what? It's just a lot easier just to use my system. And that's what gives me the most peace of mind out of all of this. So part of this system is what I call the Dream Team. And this Dream Team is basically, well, as I've been going through this and grinding through and figuring out where to do what, I figured, what would be the best team to have? And I put together this process of, if I had these people, these duties that were taken out every single day, that I would not have to worry about my channel, my show, my Hangouts, anything not being profitable. Okay. Now, I also want to impress upon you that this doesn't have to be like an outsourced thing. That's the first thing I go to. I want to systemize everything. I want to outsource everything. But you can also work with a team of other people, other marketers, because what I'm talking about is so big, so huge right now, that wasting your time on small niche markets is just wasting time. You can actually tackle entire industries with this process. So you may want to try opening up your minds to working with a couple of other people, other marketers, to produce something like this, like what I'm talking about here. So the different breakouts, these different sections of jobs or responsibilities are as follows. Okay, so you need a merchant, you need a researcher, a creative director, a channel curator, and a distributor. Now, this is basically what I'm going to be showing you in one of the first weeks that we're going to be talking about this. Is that, again, you don't have to do this. You don't have to say hire a bunch of people to do these different jobs, and you don't even necessarily have to work with a couple of other people. Although I strongly recommend it, you can actually just say, okay, these are the different things that I need to do in order to make all of my Hangouts profitable, because this is exactly what you need to do to make sure every single one of them are extremely profitable. The next thing I want to teach you guys is creating an evergreen funnel. And Barb, I think that you guys will like this a lot, simply because, well, you're talking all about product creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you had a great product and you wanted to have a great funnel that was always working? Well, by going through these steps, creating what I call a sort of mini-series, you'll see that that's also a trend. Aside from being way ahead of the curve, there's a trend that I see that YouTube is following, which is more of the television format. YouTube has already started moving forward with a subscription-based platform where people will have to pay to subscribe to a YouTube channel. I mean, that's a whole other animal by itself. But
wow,
you can use, right?
Wow.
You can use that same concept to create a sort of mini-series, almost like as if you were creating pre-launch content. You can leverage and get that excitement and that hype and create this mini-series of content that displays on your YouTube channel live and then becomes a YouTube channel thereafter. And you can literally create this funnel that goes directly to your product, and it's evergreen. It's evergreen. It's on the widest used platform in the world, and it's always there. And it's never going to go anywhere, because the more traffic and the more content that you bring to YouTube, the more they'll reward you. I mean, there's no, like, it's getting to the point where you don't have to worry. If you follow a system like this, you don't have to worry about your channel getting shut down or banned, because you're providing great content that your audience loves. So the other part of this is that you can use this to get affiliates to mail for you. I have used Hangouts to be able to bring a bunch of affiliates together and say, hey, this is what we've got going on. Here's these data points, similar to breaking down a JV page and turning it into a Hangout and a process. And then you can actually take that same Hangout and chop it up into individual videos, so those people who weren't able to attend the live event can watch a series of YouTube videos instead. and you get a much greater togetherness. My brain is starting to fizzle out. You get more togetherness. There we go. I'm just going to move on to the next point. We're going to be talking about how to use Hangouts to enhance your launch. There's a really cool trick that I've always liked doing is you can actually syndicate your content, your live content. You can actually have you can host a Hangout on multiple sales pages being broadcast across numerous networks if you want. This also, the great thing about using Hangouts during your launch is that you're already there, you're already babysitting your product, you're already answering questions and things like that. It's much better instead of having the Q&A section is just to go, boom, here's the Hangout window right here. We're answering all your questions. You can actually resell your product again and again through this live Q&A. It's fantastic. And of course, use Hangouts to bring customers to you long after the launch is over. Basically, repurposing the content through all these steps that you're going to be taking in order to create this mini-series, and then you can repurpose all of it so it stays a perpetual traffic source for your product, and then it's just setting up mini-series after mini-series after mini-series again and again and again, and it's
wow.
as simple as that. And yeah, absolutely right, Andrea. It is very SEO and VEO friendly. And she lost her socks.
Well, it's because you knocked him off.
Woo! Well, but wait, there's more.
Woo.
Right, so I got some bonuses that I want to throw in here because I want you guys to not just get this, but just to get it and then do something with it. I'm going to be waiting for you guys. It's literally on the other side going, let's go, come on, jump in. All right, so my bonuses, my favorite markets. There's a bunch of markets that are out there. There's so many things you can make money off of, but my favorite markets. That's what I'm going to be showing you, the best markets that anyone can jump into and become a market leader. I mean, there can be all sorts of market leaders already with all their channels that they're going through and whatnot. But you step up with a Hangout and you go, boom, live TV. Suddenly you are an instant market. You are an instant market leader, and we haven't even scratched the surface, guys. I mean, again, when I say don't go too niche specific, try and tackle an entire industry because you can actually do it because you have the new fandangled Hangouts thing. Next is my Rolodex. Apparently that's an old term. I don't know what else to use. I open my resources and show you where I go to learn everything that I can about Hangouts, video marketing, also YouTube marketing because that's my my heydays. Is all the places that I go to. All right. And then, of course, leveraging other people's content because there's so much great content out there, and nobody's using it to the level that we can do it in Hangouts. It's so exciting. So we'll be going to find out how to take content, repurpose it for content in your Hangouts. Super easy, super fast. Really excited to show you guys about that. So here we go. We've got ourselves a recap. I need to push through this because we've got to get questions. So, basically creating an evergreen funnel. How awesome is that? The dream team, basically all the steps that we need to take in order to either outsource and make sure that everything happens, work with a team of people, or segment it out in your own process so you can make money in every Hangout. We've got my Rolodex where I'm going to be opening up all my resources and showing you where I learn everything. I get asked all the time, how do you learn all this stuff? Well, there's a lot of me tinkering with things, but there's also a lot of great resources that I can go to and reach out, and I'm that much further ahead of the game. And again, you guys are like 99.9% ahead of the market right now. So, also, of course, my favorite markets, where to jump in first and tackle some of these, big, heavy industries. Because, seriously, if the big internet marketers haven't caught on to it yet, that means that they haven't applied any of their own markets to Hangouts yet. So you can jump ahead of those guys too.
Nice.
Of course, leveraging other people's content. So imagine, if you will, right? I love this. All of your Hangouts and videos ranking crazy fast because that's just the beauty of Hangouts and YouTube and Google. Getting paid to host Hangouts, right? I mean, you get somebody that runs up to you like, I need your help. You're like, okay, it's going to cost you. Getting all the affiliates you'll ever need. I've never had an issue because, again, I sit down, I go, here's the Hangout, and I start contacting people. And just the fact that it's on a Hangout, people go, wow, this is a cool affiliate Hangout. Having a powerful traffic funnel, bringing you traffic on autopilot, that's the main goal of the whole mini-series in the first place. So, we're going to jump into the in-depth breakdown. Now, before we do, have I melted your minds yet, guys? I want to make sure I'm over-delivering here because that's always what everyone's supposed to do.
I think you have definitely achieved that and beyond, my friend.
Smashing. All right, so we've got 3 weeks. This is this 3-week immersion. Basically, what I want to do, I'm going to be throwing you into a private Google Plus community. It's like Facebook groups, but it's Google Plus communities. If you've never been there, it's super awesome and way easier to function than a Facebook group. I'm going to be dumping you guys in there. I mean, seriously, we're going to be finished with this, and I'm just going to be in the group going, all right, wait for you guys. So we're just going to jump into Hangouts. I want to pull you guys into this and go, okay, here you go. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Take turns hosting, getting you really, really comfortable with Hangouts, because it's just like getting comfortable with webinars. You have to understand how the tools work. You may not have to know all the things about how a car works, but you need to know a few of them just in order to make the car go. Same thing with Hangouts. Brainstorm more ways to leverage Hangouts. I don't want to just go, here's a bunch of stuff. It's okay, we'll chat. What are you working on right now? I mean, this is stuff that I learn by doing. And so that's the only way that I know how to teach. And I go, okay, here's some stuff that you need to do in order to make this work. And I'm still surprised by all the different ways that people are using Hangouts. It's still that new that there's new ways of using Hangouts, right? So we'll also go into attracting affiliates, how to get the people that you need to help you get your product out there. Barb's got these awesome products. You need to turn around and send it off with this awesome way to generate traffic. So the goal of that is to turn your YouTube channel into a destination site for affiliates and customers alike. Week 2, this is creating the dream team, breaking it all down and going through, okay, merchant, researcher, channel curator, content developer, the distributor, all the things that need to happen and all the things that need to continuously happen. It's not like, okay, well, here's what you do. It's the things that you need to set in play to make sure that the next Hangout, not only the first Hangout does well, but it also brings people to the second Hangout and the third Hangout and so on and so forth to really grow your brand and make money at the same time. So week 3, it's all about getting in and taking this awesome thing that you've created. You've got this great dream team. You've got content that's coming out your ears. Now it's time to turn it into great video creation, so you get more and more longevity from your channel. Using the free tools, YouTube's got some great tools to help chop up videos and things like that have gotten very, very good, very, very advanced. Makes it much easier, way easier than it was a couple years ago. When distributing your content, you got to go beyond YouTube and get your content seen, especially in the early days of your show. It's important to get your name out there, and YouTube and Google, as great as they are, there's still more than just YouTube and Google. You need to go beyond that. Then, of course, making money over the long haul. That's bringing everything back together and showing you a game plan of how to move forward from this point onwards, because it's still new territory, but we can still leverage principles that we use, basic principles, business principles of the past that will help us forge into the future. Because, I mean, guys, you cut your finger on this, it's still cutting edge, right? So, of course, how much, right? This is what we're all getting to. Well, this is a new product. No one is teaching any of this stuff, I promise you. And everyone keeps telling me, as I've been, explaining, well, this is what I'm thinking, and they say it's way too valuable. Don't put a low price point on it, because I know, I'm subject to that sometimes. But let me ask you this. Let's say that someone sees you, and they're like, your Hangout's awesome, I need your help now. What's the going rate for someone of your expertise right now? As much as you can. I'm serious, guys. I get approached by so many people. Can we do this Hangout? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I'm just getting to the point where I say no. But before, I didn't really realize what I had, and I just started throwing out these high numbers. Okay, to get away from me, and they jumped on it. All right, fine. So I'm telling you guys, charge as much as you can, because what is rare is expensive, and you are rare. Just by going through this right now, you are rare. You are the rarity. You can set up a Hangout. You can put everything together. You can make this guy look good. What about being the first in your industry? How I was talking to you guys about not tackling like these small niches, but to tackle entire industries and have YouTube shows. YouTube wants so badly to be TV that if you can make something that looks like TV, you'll be an instant market leader. And come on, everybody's been programmed to watch TV anyway, so you create a couple of shows, this little mini-series thing, they'll eat it up. They eat it up all the time because they're already programmed to watch TV, watch YouTube. They're just moving through the motions. How much is it worth being so far ahead of the curve that by the time that your competition actually does catch up with you, you're vacationing somewhere with your family. And of course, you can make a quick clip and a hangout with your family on vacation, right?
Very cool.
So, this is a limited time. This is definitely a limited time offer. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this. I know you guys' time is valuable, but I needed to get through all that other stuff so I can explain this stuff so it all makes sense. But this will become my next product. The next product, like Tube Method, we talking to Jason Fladlin saying, hey, this is what I'm thinking about, right? It will be a much higher price soon because, well, Jason doesn't deal with repeating products, all right? And so I want to keep this small. I want to keep a closed group of people focused on this so that I can be able to create the evolution of this and be able to work with people that are passionate about it. Because when it comes to sort of group coaching and mentoring and things like that, I don't want to just say, here's stuff that you can learn. I want real-world application because that's how I learn. So I want to keep this small so I can focus on the best of the best, the people who want to act and make something happen, because now is the time that you start working now so that in a few years from now it's like, oh yeah, those are the first guys who were doing Hangouts in the first place. So the other part of this that I want to impress upon you is that as this grows and evolves, because it will, because all my products do, you will be updated as this grows. You're going to be in this community. That's the first place you're going to be thrown into. And as this grows, as I get feedback from you, I'm going to be very active in this because this is the evolution. This is the next step. So I only want like 97 people. I can't do any more than that. And I mean, I guess I could say 100, but 97 seemed like a more fun number. So who wants to know how much? Let me see. You know, say I'm in. What's up? I don't know, anything. How much you want to know?
I'm seeing the yeses scrolling off there.
All right, here we go. The whole ball of wax. You had me at hello. All right, so again, I had to make sure that this is something that I could bring to Jason Fladlin. And so I've got the whole ball of wax, one-time payment of $297, all right? But because Barb is so cool, I have a special link for you. Come on, you knew it was coming, right?
Aww.
This is our awesome price of $197. But here's the thing. I've been sick. You can hear it in my voice. And when Barb first brought this to me, and she's like, let's do this, you'll be the first, it's going to be great. Well, I've got this group here for you, and I've got all this content buzzing around in my brain and in these different documents. It's not there, but it's there. So for those of you who are on the call, when we're finished, I'm going to be knuckling down and be jumping in this group. I'm just going to be dumping content like crazy. But I want to make sure that you guys know that there's a group here for you, and I am here, and you're going to see content like crazy. But it just didn't feel right. Like, okay, it's coming, it's coming. So for those of you who are on this call, I'm actually going to make this $97 because I want to meet the people right away who want to take action, who I can get feedback from in the group instantly. And so I go, okay, what do you guys want to work on first? I've got this, this, and this. Let's jump into a hangout. Let's do something.
Nice.
Right? So for those of you, unfortunately, who are listening to the replay, you're probably going to see it for $197 because I'm going to be working my guts out. And as soon as I have everything that I feel that I've promised for this for everything moving forward, it's going to jump to the $197. So you guys need to jump on this now, or I'm still trying to get everything together. I'm just so excited. You know, group, here's this, here's this, here's this. Jump in now because I mean, within the next 48 hours or so, I'm going to be done. I'm going to have everything in there. It was just that this cold caught me off guard at the last minute, and so I don't have everything put together exactly like I want it to, but I do know that there's some amazing content waiting for you. So that's the deal. That's the whole 9 yards. We got the link here, askbling.com. Let me go ahead and just. Do you have the link? Can you drop the link in there in the chat, Barb? For favor. Awesome. Look at that. All right, and to the entire audience. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. And of course, guys, if you're not 100% thrilled, I mean, you know how guarantees go. Basically, guys, if this isn't working for you, then you just need to tell me and say, hey, this isn't working for these reasons, and I'll give you your money back. But I want you to show me that you actually tried something, and that's really what I want. I just want to know that how I can make it better, and so I want to give you just this guarantee that you're cool. All right. My goal is not to just, all right, thanks for your money. It's to, all right, we've got this. You've got this product. Let's figure out how we can turn a YouTube channel into this so you can get perpetual traffic, so you can get more affiliates, so you can do all these things. That's what I want. So, do we have anything else? Was that it? All right, let's hear it. Tell me who wants to go blaze new trails with me, because you're going to be working with me. We're going to be working on ideas. What can we do? Next step, next step, next step, next step. That's all I want to do.
All right, Howard's in. Very cool, very cool. And there's Debbie. Debbie showed up there. Great to see you there, Deb.
Awesome, fantastic.
Mike's in. Welcome, welcome, Leslie. Just kind of scrolling off here.
Now make sure, guys, when the link will send you to the Google Plus community, you just ask for permission in. I will personally be there. Like I said, as soon as this is over, I'm going to be there in the group. So you can ask questions, we can chat. Heck, we can fire up a Hangout if you guys want to. You can actually start a Hangout inside a community. How cool is that?
Very nice, very nice. Val also just paused. He's in there. Good.
Woo!
Really cool. Zane, I have not seen material like you have just shared here. Again, my mind is just going a bazillion miles per hour, and my socks just took a hike down to Kansas when you started on this. So, wow.
Well, good. Good. That's the point. I mean, when it comes to webinars, I can only talk for so long, or else everybody's brain melts, and I feel bad about it.
Breathe, breathe, and drink water. That's always good too.
So I'm sure we have probably a handful of questions, right?
Okay, it looks like questions are coming up. If you'd like to take care of some of those.
All right, let's see.
Oh wait, I can answer one from DGH. Love the training, but worry I'm not an extrovert enough to be successful at this. Is it okay if I give some comments too? Because
absolutely.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I can so relate to that. If you folks have seen my earlier videos when I started, I was basically afraid of the camera. I'll be upfront about that until I started, because once you begin and once you see the reactions from the audience, it just makes you realize that what you have to share, wow, people want it, people resonate with it, people want to see you more, and so this is definitely you can definitely become very engaged with Google Hangouts, but even better, if you're nervous about starting a Hangout with your face on the camera, you can start a Hangout with screen shares. I've done that as well when I wanted to highlight questions and such from my groups or from my Facebook page. I started my Hangout with a screen share, and I've done entire Hangouts with a screen share, so it's excellent. Definitely jump in for this right now.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's simple enough to just as soon as the Hangout starts, just turn on screen share and you're good to go. No one would ever see your face at first, but I will tell you that getting comfortable with it is hugely beneficial. Barb can also attest to that. People really, really relate to you and they connect with you if they can see your face. But it doesn't mean that they can't connect with you with just hearing your voice and doing a screen share. That's still very powerful.
Yep, and Mark is in, and Mike is in, and Val mentions it's in time for his 50th wedding anniversary hangout. Very cool, very cool. Definitely invite us all for it.
Awesome, congratulations.
And
wow, you are very, very, very committed. Way to celebrating a 50th wedding anniversary. It's like, well, wait, no, we got some cutting edge stuff right here. So hold on.
That's pretty cool too.
What is a screen share? Screen share is just like you're seeing here with this PowerPoint presentation that we did through GoToWebinar. Hangouts have the ability to share the screen of your computer and do presentations and things like that. So you're not completely relying on your face on a webcam or seeing like my crazy hair in the Hangout that we did today.
That was adorable, crazy hair. I liked the hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
And DGH is now in. Excellent. And you're quite welcome. And if anybody has purchased but is not yet given the link, drop a note to Zane or myself and link please again. Well, we have the link. We can give that one more time. Helps if I learn how to spell. There we are. Zane, can you mention again how we all get into the community?
Yeah, so the link should automatically send you to the community where you ask for permission to come in. But if not, let's do this. Send me an email at zane@infospringmedia.com. I've just dropped it in there right there. If it doesn't automatically send you to the group, then just send me an email, and I will, on the other side of the community, I'll just bring you in myself. So if it doesn't automatically send you to the link, just drop me an email right now and say, hey, Zane, here's my email address, invite me into the group, and I'll push you through right there. And again, as soon as we're done, I'm going to be starting to jump into the group. So don't be shy. If you're here, if you're there in the community and you've been kicking around, say hi to me. I'll be here, just like I said, adding the content that I promised.
Very cool. Zane, can you put the link back up on the GoToWebinar
Absolutely.
screen?
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
askbling.com/hangout
Yes. We're going to be M squared, but okay, Hangout, MM. All right, let's see what other questions that we have here, because we did have a number of questions going through here. Oh, Britt has a question about YouTube banning marketing videos. That was new to me. Tell me.
Well, there was a period where YouTube was just, they had their big ugly band hammer just swinging around and cracking people on the skull, and they were trying to filter out all the spam, and there was just this hefty hammer, I guess, if you will. They have backed way off of that because they're really pushing AdWords for video. They're pushing the live Hangouts on air. You can now have the business page and the YouTube channel. They have backed way off. They used to be very strict, but as long as you are very transparent, again, you've got your personal profile and then your business pages / entities, and making as long as it follows that sort of formula, and you're keeping personal and business, then you're fine. I understand that was a hesitation, but we're good to go. So okay, cool. Thanks, Brett.
Very cool. Okay. Why don't we both scroll up and see what other questions are, or again, type your questions in case we miss it, because there was a lot of comments going out throughout this entire webinar.
Well, and I've done this a couple of times before, and it seems that the majority of the questions in relation to Hangouts and things like that are answered during the presentation, but going over different questions also helps. One of which, one of the biggest things is that the difference between how many people can be in a Hangout, like a presentation, like Barb and I are hanging out in this GoToWebinar, there can be 9 panelists plus 1 host. So a total of 10 people in a Hangout presenting and things like that. Whereas the number of people who can watch your Hangout from your YouTube link that you share with everybody, like I showed you earlier today, that can have unlimited number. Right now there's roughly 800 million people per month on YouTube. That's how many people could be watching if you could get that.
Nice.
Let's see, if we already have a Gmail account and they've been connected to Google+, would there be a problem creating a new Gmail address now as well as a Google+ to go with it? The chances are, Howard, you probably already created a Google+ account, not knowing, because a lot of times Google will just go, hey, here's a Google+ account in addition to your Gmail address. So you probably already have one. If you created a new one, it is against their terms and conditions to have more than one personal profile. I have messed around with Google Plus enough that I have multiple profiles that I'm still trying to eliminate right now, and I haven't had a problem. But you do need to be aware that it is technically against their terms and conditions to have more than one of you. So just be careful with that. If you're trying to make a new one and delete the old one, that's fine. But I haven't had anybody come by and be like, you have more than one profile. I mean, it wasn't an issue. Can you still have a personality named channel too? Yeah, we pretty much went over that. That's where you start. You create the personal profile, then you create the personality profile or the business profile.
And it looks like Jay is asking, are there any OTOs? I don't think so.
Nope. That was it. This isn't a WSO. I don't have those. I don't have
Emphasis
those
on
either.
that, yes.
It's well, I mean, I could have. Dang it, Barb, I should have.
No, and
No,
Joe just said, never mind. Jay just joined as well. Welcome, Jay. Glad to see you. Great to see you, too. And Karen asks, would you recommend this course for total newbies to internet marketing who don't have a product or a niche? Should you have some experience in internet marketing to be able to take advantage of this course? Would you like to take that, Zane, and then I'll chime in?
yeah. Well, first of all, as I was saying earlier, you can place yourself as a market leader in anything, especially with this technology. I mean, there's a lot of internet marketing that is observe and report, and by being just that excited, active person. I mean, I can say, like, that's how I started with YouTube. I was just the guy who was really excited about YouTube and kept learning more and more, observe and report. And I had my own results, and so I started showing more of my own, and then people just started saying, you're that YouTube expert guy. All right, cool. So in a long roundabout sort of way, Karen, this is absolutely for newbies as well, because we're tackling content that even the biggest internet marketers in the industry don't understand. So everybody's starting out brand new anyway.
And if I could also chime in on that, it's only been recently that I've been mentioning some of my marketing stuff in my YouTube, my Hangout videos as well. I use it to get comfortable with just talking off the cuff in front of the camera. And when I'm giving Hangouts now, I'm used to just about anything and everything happening. My kids barreling through, my mooses running all over the place. I've even done a Hangout where I've had a Twitter budgie fly across the screen or so. So it's a wonderful opportunity for you to become comfortable and getting your name out there for people to see who you are. Because remember, when you're starting, either when you're starting in internet marketing or when you want to become a known authority online, why? Why do people follow you? Well, it's because you've connected with them. You've become a real person to them. They like seeing you on screen. They like what it is you have to say, what it is you have to share. And this just makes it super duper easy to get very comfortable with that.
Absolutely. No, very, very well said. Does that answer your question? Go ahead and leave that out there. I also, let me go ahead and encourage you guys. I just opened up the community. Why don't you guys start dropping, those of you, actually, no. Let's stick with the email. I want to start getting people into the Hangouts, into the community as soon as possible.
Cool.
So, just jumping the gun too much, but I'm like, nah, don't drop your emails just yet.
Cool. And OS mentions this would be great for offline consultants. Yep, that would also be very useful, because if you're an offline marketer, you can teach these methods to your clients, to the people who are hiring you for their offline services as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people. In fact, some of my favorite industries as part of this the bonuses is more offline related places to start.
Yep.
Excellent. Jay's joined, but he'll be back in a few hours. Cool.
Good.
We're getting a lot of questions about how they get to the community. Apparently, JV Zoo is not sending. It's supposed to go right to the community. Again, if that's a hiccup and you're not getting to the community link where you can ask permission, again, just send me an email at zane@infospringmedia.com. I have it in the chat box. Send me an email, show me that you've bought, and then I will just personally invite you through that email address into the community. Like I said, as soon as this is over, I'm going to be jumping right into the community, and I want you guys to jump in and start asking questions. I'll be here. Like I said, maybe we'll jump into a Hangout or something like that and start right away.
Good. Doug just joined up. Glad to see you there.
Yeah, it goes to the link, but how do you ask permission? There's a link right there there should be a button that says ask to be part of the group. If not, again, if you're not seeing the ability to ask permission, just drop me an email and I will bring you into the group personally myself.
Nice.
Doug, can't get enough of the trainings. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Good. Tony asks, how is this different from a tube method?
Well, tube method, again, and that's the question that that I ask myself all the time to make sure that this is new, fresh content. This is the evolution. Again, I keep bringing that up. This is the next step. You know, getting comfortable. I threw out a couple of different ways that you can make money with Hangouts, but I wanted to create this product as a way to move on and say, okay, if you wanted to have a Hangout and you wanted to keep going, moving forward, and have continuous content, grow your brand, those kinds of things, these are the steps that you're going to have to take. You're going to have that dream team, or at least that segmentation in your mind of different things that you need to do to ensure each Hangout makes money, and moving on to the next steps. I mean, that's really the difference between the two, is that the one gets you up and going, gives you a couple of ways to make money, and this is really the longevity, the moving forward, the forging new territory kind of thing.
Very
Does that
nice.
answer your question?
We'll see if he types in there. Very good.
Different question. I don't have all of my social profiles completed, so I'm wondering if we have to get those squared away before pressing on with this training. Now, that's something that we're going to be going into, and again, I want you guys to fully embrace all of the Google properties. So I'll be going through and showing you my pages, my profiles, those kinds of things, giving you examples as we go along with this training. So excellent question, but not something you have to have before the training starts. It would definitely be beneficial. The more you have filled out, and the more you have your profile up and running, the easier it will be, because we can focus more on the marketing stuff.
Very good. All right, other questions. We still have time here, and again, this is brand new Hangout content, and I know that when I start learning from Zane here, the Hangouts I'm going to be producing are going to have a markedly different look and feel.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, and that's again going through those avoiding those random mistakes that people stumble into when they're first doing Hangouts. The same mistakes that I made when I first started doing Hangouts. Much easier to just avoid all of that and dodge all those nasty issues that you run into.
That's one of the advantages, of masterminds, especially ones that last for more than one session training, because the person giving it, they've made the mistakes, and you don't have to. You can learn from them and sidestep them.
Exactly. Now, Barb, your own masterminds and things like that. When do you do you have a time during the day, or a specific fixed day and time that you like to do yours?
Oh, yes. My masterminds, they normally happen, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so it's 10 a.m. in the morning generally, and then I will make a recording and upload that for the class as well, too.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, I'm in Mountain Time. I get up a little bit later than you do. So someone was asking me, do you have the time during the day? I wanted to have something more conducive to what you guys are already used to. Because again, the main point is to be able to get as many people in as possible. So I had a time in my head that was more of, all right, well, what's Barb's group usually used to, and we'll go with that.
Cool.
Let's see, what time of the day will the training be? Yeah, so it's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll be recorded. So those who can't show up can obviously benefit from there. Then we also have another question. If there's a 3-week course, how many days a week will we meet or hang out? I have 3. It's going to be webinars, actual webinars, 3 webinars that will happen Wednesday, next Wednesday, the following Wednesday, the following Wednesday. But in between that time, again, I'm going to be in the community. So sparking up conversations, chatting with the different people and whatnot, and Hangouts might spark up from the community.
Yep.
So basically, that there's going to be 3 webinars, but there's going to be other events that happen within the community that just happen as more ideas are thrown around. I mean, that's one of the most exciting parts about something like this, is that something gets sparked about, okay, we need to jump into a Hangout right now. And then, there you go. Then we get instant created content as well that other people in the Hangout or the community can benefit from. So I hope that answers your question. There's going to be some, the standard classes, but then obviously there's going to be more as it grows. Yeah, you're gonna make us wake up early. Yeah, Debbie. It's apparently that's those are the breaks, right?
Yep. Breathe, lad. Breathe.
Actually, I didn't cough as much as I was expecting to. I'm really happy about that.
I have that effect on people.
Should we go through the tube method training first? You may have already answered that. If you have, I would say that would be a nice way to brush up your skills. But the training that we went through today was meant to bring people up to speed enough. The only difference, or not the only difference, I do want to talk about different aspects of ranking videos and things like that we do touch on in Tube Method, but that's going to be later on. So you don't necessarily have to go through Tube Method, but I don't know, maybe it'll start getting your synapses firing more and more as you jump into the Hangout, but it's not required.
Cool.
Need a new channel set up separate from our personal one.
Yep.
Yes, you can. Yes, yeah.
And that was one of the main benefits, because then the programs, the content that you make that is branded and geared towards your specific product or your specific niche, etc., then that is a separate, distinct, SEO-friendly, good stuff indeed.
Exactly. Exactly. Cool. Right now, it's been a personal business channel. Yeah, that and such is the case has been for most people. But now you can start segmenting and separating that out. Thanks to the new Google update.
Very nice. We still do have a number of people who are still here on this call. So, other questions? Tony brings up something. Ranking these Hangouts. I think they rank pretty well to begin with.
Yes, yes, but obviously there are other things after the fact, but it's kind of hard to compete with Hangouts right now as far as ranking goes. My favorite is to rank for people's names, especially those that have been in a Hangout, especially like if, Colin Terrio is actually one of my favorite, because now you can actually, in the YouTube search engine, you can search for Colin Terrio, and he's been in the Tube Method Hangout, and then he's actually been in a couple of other Hangouts that I've done. And I intentionally snipped up some videos, and when I say that I did it, I didn't. Actually, my assistant Austin did. But anyway, but that ranks like crazy all over YouTube. You search Colin Terrio, and there's a bunch of the videos it's a bunch of the Hangouts that I've chopped up into clips and then put in there, and it ranks super fast. Local keywords also super fast. There's a guy that was telling me he did it. It was 2 or 3 days ago in another webinar. He said that he ranked a local keyword in 15 minutes, the Hangout. And I mean, heck, the Hangout itself takes about 10 or 20 minutes to render in the first place. So I was like, wow, how fast did it actually rank?
Wow.
So, right? For crying out loud. Okay, it looks like the JV Zoo isn't sending the link like it's supposed to. All right, then yeah, again, guys, send me an email. It's in the chat there, zane@infospringmedia.com. Show me the receipt, and then I will just personally invite you into the community because JV Zoo was supposed to send you to the invitation place, but it didn't do it, so sorry about that. All right, Rhonda. Okay, I'll be expecting that email when I open it up after we're finished here. So yeah, there's still plenty of people and questions. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see if there's anything else. Wow. Well, I'm not seeing any other Hangouts. Or not Hangouts. I am not seeing any other questions. Oh, right, the plugin to convert Hangout to a webinar. I personally I think it's a great tool. I think it's important to understand how the guts of the tool work, which is the Hangouts, because if anything goes awry with the Hangout, then it affects the plugin. So understanding how the Hangout system works I think is more important than the tool itself, but I do think it is an excellent tool and it's worth investing in after you've wrapped your head around Hangouts.
Nice.
Does that answer your question, Rhonda? Excellent. Excellent. Leslie, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know. You guys are troopers. We've been here for a bit of time.
An hour and 40 minutes, indeed.
There we go.
Oh, wait. Chris has a question about the equipment requirements.
The equipment requirements, yes. Okay, so no, this is good to bring up, especially towards the end, because it's a little bit more of a nerdy geek question, or not geek question response. Sorry, you're not a geek, I promise, Chris. All right.
I am.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll call you a geek nerd, whatever. So, when it comes to the Hangouts and the requirements, it's asking for bandwidth. It says that you should have at least 2 megabyte upload or 2 megabyte download and 1 megabyte upload. Now, that's like the minimum. Most people have that kind of connection with a wireless account, but not a wireless account, a wireless connection. I would strongly urge against that because when it comes to streaming anything, wireless is just not that reliable. So I always recommend having a wired internet connection that plugs in, that has a minimum of at least a 2 megabyte download, 1 megabyte upload. It ensures that you have a smooth broadcast. But that also means everybody has to have that reliable of a connection. If there's and this is also why it's important to bring people in beforehand and chat with them and go, okay, this is how it works. You need a decent connection, that kind of thing. I mean, if you're trying to do a hangout from, I don't know, Johannesburg, South Africa, maybe, I don't know. I mean, if you don't have a reliable connection, it's going to affect the rest of the hangout. As far as computer requirements, it requires at least a dual core processor. There we go. You need at least a dual core processor, and it's at least a 2.5 gigahertz processor. So
cool.
Most computers, you've got that. So
yeah, the Hangouts are running pretty well on mine as well too.
Yeah. Let's see. And Chris, you're on an iPad. All right, cool. The thing with mobile devices is that mobile devices can't start a live Hangout on air, but you can start a live Hangout on air on a computer and then invite the mobile device.
Yep.
As long as it's not Apple.
I remember you mentioning that to me in San Diego.
Yep. Sometimes. Oh, you have a Chrome notebook. There you go. All right. Yeah.
Good.
Also, you want to make sure that when you're running a Hangout, it's in Chrome. Chrome is a lighter browser, less demand on the bandwidth, and as well, it's Google's preferred use for Hangouts.
Nice. Any other questions that are percolating up here? And this community is going to be starting as soon as possible, right, Zane?
Heck yeah! No, as soon as it's done, I'm opening up my email and starting to invite people, invite those that are in. We're jumping on it. Like I said, I'll be here. Wait for you. Bye.
Alrighty. Well, I think then that just about covers it. Zane, I really want to thank you for taking the time to be the first guest in the Perking Up Profits show. You went way beyond over-delivering. I can't wait. I personally can't wait to get my hands on this material. I will be in your community and participating and hanging out. And yeah, so for all those who are on this call, again, get in now. The link is askbeeling.com/hangoutmm. And I do believe that covers it all. So again, thank you so much, Zane. It was really great seeing you here.
It was great being here, and I can't wait to start working with you guys, see some of your crazy ideas.
Excellent. Alrighty, well then, this is Barbara Ling and Zane and Perking Up Profits signing off. We will see you on the inside. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.